Alright, hello, welcome back. Hopefully you all are doing well today. There was no reading yesterday, so do not panic. I had a lot of things going on yesterday. I have a lot of things going on today. Yesterday was my best friend's birthday. I also had to work. Today is my boyfriend's birthday. And yeah, they were born 24 hours apart. Go figure that out. But we're going to take a look and see what wants to come through for you today for your weekend. So as always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Do not mind me today. As you can see, I am a little rough around the edges. It is because I have not showered yet. I have not gotten my day in motion. This has to be done in certain steps today, so don't mind me. Just be glad that I'm here. But your spirit guides are welcome in. I welcome them in. I welcome you in. Welcome. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Relax. Put me in your ear as you work today, if you work today. Whatever floats your boat. But let's see where we're going. Let's see what's going on for this weekend. Okay? Okay. It is so weird because I have the camera set up a little wonky. You're being charged is what this is. So that's why the camera, this is so weird. Is that better? Okay, I think that's better. Underneath, we have all that glitters, along with yin, a change in the wind, exchanging gifts. Okay. I feel as though that with this energy today, you are giving up. It's almost like you're giving up one emotional tie for another. And what I mean by that is this could be a relationship that you had two paths you could go down. Or, let's say you were seeing a type of person and then that type changed, or you decided to give a new type a chance. But the other thing that is coming through is the all that glitters. The all that glitters is not gold. I feel like you have discovered that. I do. I feel like you have discovered that just because it looks good doesn't mean it necessarily is. What do we have underneath? Let's take this a step. Love. All right, we're talking about relationships today. Past energy, we have the Sovereign. In future energy, we have nature. See, notice how notice how these two, yes, are similar, but they're different. The Sovereign makes me think of somebody who, I'm not going to say stuck up, but somebody who, has their crown on, right? They have their crown on, they are somebody who, goes by the rules. Somebody who, is by the book, per se. They live a structured life. I'm hearing structure. Tradition. But then we get to nature. And nature it makes me think of the wildling in this set. I don't know where it is. But the wildling is an energy of, go outside, touch grass. When I think of nature, I'm seeing this kid covered in dirt who's outside running around barefoot. There is no control. It feels more free, is what I'm getting at. And so that's what I feel like this exchange is. This exchange is you're putting up your crown. You're putting up your crown in order to have some fun. That's what I'm getting with this. Because maybe you realized that, you know, the way that you were doing things was too rigid. Was absolutely too rigid. And so now you are stepping into a place of fun, a place of relaxation. The only card that I haven't touched on yet is a change in the wind. I feel like this is something that kind of crept up on you, but has also been kind of nagging at you, kind of eating away at you. Let's see where we're going. Let's see what wants to come through. I'm curious. I'm always curious. But I'm curious to see what brought this on. What is this energy? Underneath we have the Queen of Wands, the World, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, along with the Seven of Swords. See, this feels rigid to me. That feels rigid. That doesn't feel relaxed and free. That feels like somebody who runs a very tight ship, right? Runs a very tight ship. And I feel as though that is ending with the World and the Ace of Cups. That is ending. And I feel as though that, I'm not saying you're lying to yourself, but I feel as though you're moving away from it. Seven of Swords. You're moving away from it. You may come back to it at some point in time, but for right now, the main takeaway is to move away from it. That feels very, very rigid. And energy shouldn't be rigid at all. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have, you know, set boundaries and, you know, things to work within, but you shouldn't be so rigid in this way. That's not healthy. Nine of Wands. Raising consciousness. Okay, stepping outside that box. And the next hurdle is the Ace of Wands. 9 plus 1 gives us 10. So you're at the end of a cycle. And you, if you're not careful, you could linger in this too long. Right? 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 reverts back to 1. You could probably go the long way around. That's okay. But what is being presented to you is kind of a way out. Kind of a higher vibration for you to slip into. God, what is that movie? I keep seeing it in my mind. It's the one with Selena Gomez. And she's got this uptight sister, right? She's got this uptight sister. And then she meets this guy. The sister, not Selena. She meets this guy. And all of a sudden the next day she's all doe-eyed. And, you know, her hair is down. And she's kind of walking around in like this love-drunk energy. Is that, it's Monty, is it Monty something? Monte Carlo? I don't remember. But that's kind of what I feel like is happening here, is you're going from the strict rule by the book to somebody who is a lot more relaxed. A lot more relaxed. Grounding this energy, we have the Moon. Guiding this energy, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Past energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And future energy, we have the Libra energy. That showed up yesterday. I am going to walk away with this King of Pentacles because that way we have a royal suitor. A royal suitor? We have a royal match. A match. It's not a royal match. What is that word? We have kings and queens. You can definitely tell that I'm not awake for this yet, can't you? We have royal suits here. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles. There's earth signs here. And earth signs can be kind of grounded. You wanna? Come on. Come say hi. Motion cards, we have the Seven of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the outcome is the Three of Cups. So there is success here. There is success. Hello, Tub Tub. Hi, big guy. But I do want to take a look at a few things here. I want to take a look at the Eight of Pentacles. I want to take a look at the Seven of Wands, Five of Cups. I do want to take a look at a few things. Hey, you. Oh, you're stuck. There you go. Is that better? What are you doing? So let's take a look at this Eight of Pentacles here. What is the work? Hi. Hi, big guy. You know I'm talking to our friends, right? It's been a while since you've sat on my lap for this. Two of Wands. Seven of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. The work that you are doing is the work that causes you to break yourself open. To realize that there's more to life than just a rigid structure that you have been telling yourself or giving yourself. Two of Wands, Seven of Cups, Four of Pentacles. You've definitely been holding on to some things that the universe is trying to get you to break away from. The world is trying to remind you that you are the center of your universe. And so, I mean, if you want to follow the rules, you know, and that really rigid energy, by all means. But I'm also here to tell you that there's a different way for you. It doesn't always have to be like this. It doesn't always have to be nose to the grindstone. You know, it's okay to have fun and permission. And you're waiting for a sign. You're waiting for the universe to tell you, to give you permission. Okay. To take a step back from all of this. Okay, we're gonna take a step back from all of this. You don't need permission to live your life the way that you want to. Okay? As long as you're not harming yourself or others, I don't see a problem. The universe is infinitely abundant. And what you ask for, you will get. How do I know that? Because I've been doing this forever. I've been doing this for a while. And that's why I feel like the exchange of gifts is here. That's why I feel like there's an exchange. I feel like you need permission from yourself to do the fun things. Oh my God, there's another, I mean, I wouldn't call it a good example. The Titanic. Talking about the fun parts, not the end. How Rose, you know, at the beginning of the movie, was like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this with him. I don't remember his name. He sucked. Anyway, I don't want to do this with him. You know, she lived a very rigid, you know, way of doing things. And then she met Jack. And her hair came down, you know, she was more relaxed, she fell in love. It's got that energy, but you have to be the one to give yourself permission to do it. And you don't need to stand on the back end of a boat in order to do that either. So, tell me about this Seven of Wands, Five of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Two of Swords. Five of Wands. You don't know how to do this without creating some sort of conflict with the people around you. You don't know how to bring this into fruition. Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands. You don't know how to shift into this happy energy of yours, one that allows you to heal. Because you have been sitting inside of somebody else's box for quite some time. I feel like the people you are going to piss off are the people who are gaining something from you. You fit their mold. And so with you fitting their mold, you know, they get something from you. They get your conformity. You know, you are under their thumb. You know, whatever the case may be. And if you break out of this, they're no longer going to have that particular control over you. And it could very well be family. Ten of Pentacles. I'm hearing nut up or shut up. Again, my spirit guides are usually very blunt when I first wake up. I don't have that filter to me, okay? But they're right. But they're right. You need to take control of your own life. Is it going to cause conflict? Absolutely. And the reason why is because they're no longer getting that sense of control. Hanged Man, Six of Wands, the Fool, the Hermit. Wow. And you may not have seen it like that. You may think that these people, whatever this situation is that is keeping you confined, you may think that these people genuinely care. But I don't think they do. I don't think they want you to succeed in this way. They want you to wear the crown, to do as you're told, listen to your advisors. They like you where you are. But it's time for you to break out of that mold. It is. It's time for you to break out of that mold. Knight of Cups. Ten of Wands. There's the Ten of Wands. Three of Pentacles. And the Two of Cups. If you ask the universe nicely, if you ask the universe to help you with this, I feel like the universe will. Knight of Cups, Ten of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Two of Cups. I feel like it's waiting. I feel like the universe is waiting for you to shift out of this. And I feel like deep down you know that. The Moon. You do. You know that. At least your intuition knows that. And justice with where you're going, you know, it's going to be a tightrope. It's going to be a very fine line you walk. But I feel like if you walk this fine line, there's a way for you to get through it. King of Cups, Eight of Cups, Three of Swords, Page of Swords. 3 plus the page is the 4 of Swords. Thank you very much for that. Along with the Star here, the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. The out that you're looking for may not look traditional. That's kind of the whole point. But the universe wants you to know that it is on your side with this. I feel like this is set to happen, And if you prolong it, I feel like the worse it's going to get with the aftermath. I don't have the Tower here. I don't have the Tower on the table. So I don't think it's going to destroy things completely, but it is still going to be messy. But the outcome is the Three of Cups. I feel like you're going to feel a lot better when you come out on the other side of this. Zodiac signs that I see. We have Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Pisces, Aquarius. Oh my, so sorry. One more time, just to be sure. We have Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sag. Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Pisces, Libra. Sag, Aquarius, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. Fixed signs, Earth signs. Yeah. That is what I see. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. As always, your company is well appreciated. And I will see you all again on Monday. Bye for now.